Hi guys, so if you know me, welcome back. If you clicked this video just because of the title, you don't know me, you thought that sounds interesting. Basically, I'm just going to be letting you know a couple of things that I wish I'd have known before going to professional dance training. Now, these are things that some people will completely disagree with, and these are things that I found out very quickly into my training, and they're just things that I really think would be helpful for anybody to know if they want to go into dance training. Now, I had a fabulous time at uni, and I love education, and I always have, so my experiences might have been different to some other people's. If you think any differently to me, just comment below. I'm not the be all and end all, but I do think that I have some valuable information to share about professional dance training. I've written some things down in my nice cute little book that says I'm a part-time mermaid. So yeah, £2 from the works. If you're going to, one tip, if you're going to uni, you might need a couple of these. But yeah. Anyway. Number 1, you will have no social life. This does not apply to people that are going to a normal university and they're doing just a university course. This applies to people that are training vocationally at a place like I trained. I trained at Creative Academy. It was amazing. However, if you think you've got time to go out every night, you are so wrong. I knew that before I went, and I was prepared for it. But some people go and don't quite realise that when you're not dancing, you're working. When you're not working, you're doing your coursework. When you're not doing your coursework, you're sleeping. Like, nobody at uni has time to go out. If you do have time to go out more than once every couple of weeks, you're probably doing it wrong. That sounded really sassy then. I'm not a mean person, I promise. I'm just being open with you guys, because I feel like these are things that you need to know. Number 2, you will be injured. Now, this is not definite. This is like you will definitely have an injury. But when you go into vocational dance training, if you're like me, it's a lot harder, a lot faster, a lot complicated than you've ever done before in your life. And I went into uni thinking, I don't injure myself much, I'm fine. And then in my second year, I broke my ankle and was out for half the year. It was not through any fault of my own, but obviously my body was overtired, I did something and it happened. You're going to get injured, and for that reason you need to look after yourself. You need to make sure that you're stretching, you need to make sure that you're eating, you need to just make sure that you're not being silly, really. Don't be surprised if, like, after the first week of dance uni you can't move, because me and most of my friends literally had to pull ourselves out of bed like this. Like, we couldn't move our neck muscles. I couldn't turn. I was like this for about a week. I was like this. It will happen. You will get over it. You'll get better. And as soon as you warm up and stuff the next day, usually you loosen yourself into it anyway. Number 3, you will eat more than you used to. Now, this by no means means eat poop. Well, you're not going to eat poop. This by no means eat like crap. This just means you need to eat more. You need more carbs, you need more energy. Don't be surprised if you find yourself needing to eat between every lesson, because by the time I was in 3rd year, I had a snack after every lesson. Even if it was something little, like just one banana or just some nuts or a little bit of cheese. Like, don't get me wrong, things like cheese, okay, they're fat and stuff, but you need that, you need protein, you need food, you need energy. So if you try and go through the whole day without eating, you're going to injure yourself, you're going to feel like crap, basically. So don't worry if you have to eat more than you used to, just make sure that you're eating good things. Number 4, you will feel like crap some days. And this by no means means that you don't like where you are, or you don't like the people, or you don't like blah blah. Like, I never ever disliked my uni, and I never disliked the people in it. But some days I felt like I just wanted to curl up in a ball, like, and not be there. And it's not because I didn't like dancing either. Like, it's such a hard thing to do. Dance is such a hard thing to do that some days you just don't feel like it. Like, your mental state is not always going to be where you want it to be, and that doesn't matter. That doesn't mean you're crap. That doesn't mean you can't handle it. It just means some days you're going to be happy, some days everyone's going to be messing around and you're going to be like, I want to sleep. And that's life, and don't get worried about it. Number 5, do what the teachers say. Now, I've always been one of those people, I don't like to I like to bend the rules, not break them, if you get me. So I always do what people say. I mean, I can come across sometimes, like some of the teachers would say to me, like, I come across sometimes a bit like this is my face most of the time, and it's actually not because I dislike anything. It's usually when I'm confused or when I'm thinking really hard. And yeah, sometimes I wouldn't agree with what a teacher said, but I would never ever be rude to a teacher. In the end, no matter where they are, how old they are, or what they're doing, they've got the job for a reason and they're there to help you. Some teachers you're not going to like as much as others. Some teachers aren't going to like you as much as others, but they've still got something to share with you, and they are right. The teachers are right. Whether you like it or not, they're there to help you. Okay. Number 6 is you will put your heart and soul into dance, and if you don't, it's not for you. So my teacher used to always say to us, you're like, if you could think of anything else to do other than dance, you're not in the right career, because dancers often don't make much money. They work hard. They get asked to do shows for so little money, and yet you'll be there all day. So if you can do something else, and if you can see yourself do something else, then maybe you need to think long and hard whether you want to be a dancer. Because I know for me and most of my friends, if I'd have gone to uni and done anything else, which I almost did, I would have been so unhappy. And yeah, I'm struggling. You know, you know, as a dancer, you're out of jobs every now and then, and you've not got, like, quite a lot of dancers don't have a reliable source of income, and if they do, they've trained years extra to get it. Do you know what I mean? So if your complete heart and soul are not in dance, then you just need to think about what you want to do with yourself. And I'm not saying either that you've got to be thinking about dance every single second of the day, and you've got to be dancing every second, and you've got to be doing something every second, because some people are like that, but I wasn't. I enjoyed my sleep and I liked to rest, but in the end I would not have been happy with any other job. And that's not that I couldn't do any other job, and I'm not saying that anybody with a different job than dancing is unhappy, because that's obviously not true. But personally, me, I don't want to be anything else. Oh, well, that's a lie. I do want to be other things, but they're all artistic things. They all link to dance. They all link to the arts. Are we on 7? Are we on number 7 now? Okay, we'll just go for that. Number 7, you won't always be happy with your grades. Now, when you go to uni, a degree is I was going to say it's a step up. It's a step and then some. It is a step and then some up at uni. You do not get spoon-fed. You do not get told what the answers are. You've got to go out and find it yourself. And if you don't know, there's obviously people there to help you. And if you want, like, study support, etc., you can be helped. But it's your choice to have study support. It's your choice to do it, you know. And that's why when people go to uni, they get suddenly confused when they don't get the grades they want. And I'm quite realistic, so whenever I used to guess my grades, I usually got them about right, because I used to say to myself, oh, I'm probably going to get a 65, a 60, and I'd go off, like, the criteria, and I'd grade myself and think, well, that's where about I am. And half the time I knew I wasn't going to get a first in some things, and I wasn't upset when I didn't get a first. And don't get me wrong, there was times where I was thinking, oh, I wish I'd have got a higher mark. But I was realistic with myself, and I always kind of measured out how much work I'd done and where I thought I'd be, and usually got it right. If you haven't done that much work and you think, oh, I could have done more, you're probably not going to get a first, because the people that get first are the people that have done everything they possibly can to get that grade. So, yeah, don't be shocked when your grades aren't quite the same. Because the time and effort it takes at uni is so much different than a BTEC or an A-level. Number 8, take care of yourself, know your limits. So this kind of links back to before. So when you start dance school, you're working at a much higher rate than you've ever done before in your life. And you can hurt yourself, you can injure yourself, you can make yourself tired. And there's no shame in thinking, I shouldn't do that because I'm going to hurt myself. There's absolutely no shame in that. As long as you're not the type of person that is always injured, or the type of person that, like, is just a bit too melodramatic, because people are like that. If you are honestly a hard worker and you know, I don't feel very well, if you tell that to a teacher, they're most likely going to be like, oh no, it's fine, I know you work hard, sit down. Because in the end, dancing is a priority and you want to become a better dancer, but there's no point injuring yourself whilst doing it. Number 9, I think we're on? Okay. Take every opportunity while you can. You don't realise while you're at uni, until you leave uni, that there are so many things that you just get given at uni, like opportunities wise. So while I was at uni, I did my DTI, I did my ballet ISTD exams and my modern ISTD exams. I did extra shows outside of uni all the time. I had training from people that were coming in from all over the world to teach me. I took everything. I mean, some people said I took on a little bit too much. So I had my grad show, my ballet exam and my DDI all within like the same 2 weeks. Which, yeah, I was stressed out about. But I thought, well, if I don't do it now, when am I going to do it? Do you know what I mean? And I've passed my ballet and I got a first in my degree and I got a merit in my ballet and my DDI is coming in very soon. And I've passed all aspects of my DDI, which is teacher training, by the way, if you don't know, except one of them, which is the practical, and that's coming in November. So basically, just give everything that's taken to you. Don't complain about a dance class style because you don't like it, because in reality, when you get out into the real world, if you really want a job, and let's say there's a little bit of tap in it, you don't like tap, you're going to be buggered if you never did the tap that was offered to you while you were at uni. And yeah, and also you might find that while you're at uni, things are a lot cheaper than they are outside in the real world. Like my DDI, I paid a lot less for it. I got the opportunity to get a bursary for it, and I got a bursary for it. Like, when you're outside in the real world, things don't come to you that easily, unless you're extremely lucky. And last but not least, number 10, don't be bitter, be better. So when I first went to uni, I had dance training, but it was very minimal. It was more like musical theatre. It was like, I wouldn't say I was a technical dancer. I wouldn't say I was a very strong dancer either. Like, I always enjoyed dancing. I knew that's what I wanted to do, but I knew that my skills were elsewhere. Like, I was always a gymnast as well, etc. And when I went to uni, there was a few people in my class that I'd look at them and think, how do you do that? Like, for example, there's one girl that in first year was doing like 4 pirouettes, and I was thinking, I'm never going to be able to do that. But instead of keep saying that to myself and keep thinking, oh, I'm never going to be able to do that, I turned around and practiced every single day. I got to the point which was a bit bad, but it got to the point where a teacher would turn around, and as soon as the teacher turned around, I'd be like, prepped. Like, I'd turn while their backs would turn, like, see how many turns I could do. Which, you know, if you're going to rebel in any way, at least I'm doing something good with myself. But yeah, so instead of getting bitter that someone else was doing something that I couldn't, I got better and I bettered myself. And throughout my whole uni, I did this with so many different things. Like, I was never flexible, and then finally, like, in the 3rd year of my uni, I don't know why, I sat in the box splits for like 10 minutes, and then suddenly I could do them, and I thought, if I'd have just stopped looking at people and going, oh, I wish I could do that, and tried a bit more, then I probably would have been even further by now. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like there's a lot of people in this world that look at people and get jealous when other people are better than them, and just think, oh, well, they get everything given to them because they're better. But that's because they work hard. The harder you work, the better you'll be, and then the better of a dancer you will be, and then the better person you will be. So yeah, that's it for the video today. It was really, really rambly, so I'm really sorry, but like, if you can't tell, I get very passionate about dance because it is my passion. It's what I want to do. It's what I love doing. It's what I'm best at. If you've got any other questions or want me to do any other videos like this, don't hesitate to ask. Sorry if you noticed how wheezy I am. Like, every time I take a breath in, I'm like, but you know, that's just me. Please like and subscribe down below if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you very soon for another one. Bye bye.